is Saturday, August 24th, and you are watching You Don't Watch Sports right here on the Feo Grande YouTube network. I'm Bill Smith. I am joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, Rio Grande himself. Oh, Mari, Ellis Omari. How was your sports week, my man?
What sports week was all right. I like how the intro just ramped up.
Right here on You Don't Watch Sports, we cover three topics just to sprinkle a little sports information into your casual conversation, as we are the guiding light through the sea that is sports talk. Gonna hit three topics. Topic number one, Omari. We are bringing back the man, the myth, the legend, Shohei Ohtani onto this show because he has joined rarefied air as of last night with a walk-off grand slam for his Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani has joined the 40-40 club. That is 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. Only six players in the MLB have ever done this before. Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Alfonso Soriano. Last year, Ronald Acuna Jr. did it. And then now Shohei Ohtani. Not only that, he has done it the fastest of anyone to have ever done it. He has done it in the least amount of games in 126 games. He is the first Japanese born player to ever hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases. Not even just in the American League, in the world, ever. No Japanese player has ever done this in baseball. So once again, Shohei Ohtani is reaching rarefied air icon status, and he's not even pitching.
Well,
He's not
yeah,
hitting this year.
actually using his arm for the hitting, so he gets even more hits out of stuff.
So
Yeah,
Shohei
that's cool.
Ohtani, a very
Shohei
likely
Ohtani.
National League MVP again this year. And again, not even pitching. Next year, he's going to do this same thing while also pitching every fifth day. It's a it's one of the greatest sports things of all time. And we are all witnessing it live in action. And I hope more people, because of how spread out our interests are now,
Yeah,
through all these different, it was back in the day when Babe Ruth was hitting 60 home runs. That was one of the only things to go and watch and listen to the
yeah,
radio. Now there's so many things. There's so many things for you can to do. As we cover on this show, you don't even have to watch real sports, and you can spend all your time watching wrestling. Like there's
yeah,
too many things going on. I hope more people and many people realize that we are watching one of the greatest athletic achievements of all time in real time.
yeah. And I'm happy that that's happening because I like Shohei. I think we've mentioned on the show back when the weirdness was going on
Yeah.
that we like Shohei and we was hoping the best for him out of this. And I'm sad that he's not a Cardinal, but I'm happy he's not a Red Sox. So I can still enjoy the career of Shohei Ohtani. But that's crazy. So it's 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases this
40
one?
home runs and 40 stolen bases, and we still have a full month of baseball left to play.
Yeah,
A
he
full
is
month.
a grand slam to do it. That's
A
hilarious.
walk-off grand slam
A walk-off grand slam.
to
Because of
end the
course it was a
game.
walk-off grand slam. Well, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. When he does it in style. Let's move quickly on to
Too
topic number two,
ridiculous.
Omari. We are going straight into the big college football season. This is about ready to kick off here. I mean, we're getting going this weekend. Games are being played.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Traditionally this first week or two, aside from some exceptions, are kind of your tune-up games. They're more of the lower end card teams playing each other, and maybe some West Central Georgia middle technical school gets to go to Georgia State and get murdered. That kind of thing is kind of what goes on here in these first few weeks as we tune up. But beyond that, what are you looking at for the season? What do you got on your rankings for college football? Who should we be keeping an eye out on?
So, full disclosure, I didn't watch a lot. I'm more of an NFL guy, but college football respected for everything it was. And I do have a couple teams that I like the Michigan Wolverines or the Fighting Harbaughs, as I once nicknamed them, or my roommate technically nicknamed them, but I adopted that nickname for them. Um, but yeah, and I believe the Fighting Harbaughs won the championship this year, and I think Harbaugh then left, so they're no longer the Fighting Hardballs. That said, the top 10, the AP top 25, we just took the top 10 from them, so some teams to look out for. Georgia, always in the title hunt every year. They're ranked number one at the moment. Ohio State, of course, or should I say the Ohio State? Let me not put some disrespect on their name. We got the Oregon Ducks.
Ohio State.
They got the Oregon Ducks out there in third, Texas in fourth, Alabama, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Michigan, Florida State, and at number 11. Yeah, I know I said top 10, but number 11 right there with the rest of them. The Michigan Tigers. Oh, sorry, not the Michigan. The Missouri Tigers. Just got done talking about Michigan. The Missouri Tigers up there, right at number 11. But being from Missouri, I got an affinity for the Tigers. Also, they're
Yeah.
called Tigers. And if you watch this channel at all, clearly I like tiger related things.
I mean,
Uh,
tigers are cooler than ducks. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Tigers are cooler than ducks.
I will agree. But yeah, so we got those teams. If I'm looking for teams that I do root for, Colorado, Coach Prime,
Yeah.
the Buffaloes, always going to root for them, especially now that the Fighting Hardballs have gone. I was rooting for Coach. I wanted Coach Prime to do more last season, but he was going in to fix a program.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah,
It's a
Coach Prime
buildup.
and the
It's a climb.
boys,
Yeah.
UCF, because I went there. I know Florida State's here with their O's and all that, but yeah. Now we're about UCF down here, Golden Knights, Buffaloes, Tigers. That's who I want.
Right on. Other than the obvious Missouri for me, I've always had an affinity for the Texas Longhorns.
Mm.
I feel like that that burnt orange cream is very iconic to me. I've always loved the logo. It's
Mm-hmm.
because it's just, I don't know, it's unlike so many logos. It's just very thin, and because you have to do the long horns, it's
Yeah.
just different.
I
And
love teams with
yeah,
catchphrases
and
too.
then
Hook 'em
you can,
horns.
yeah, you got a finger thing from it.
Yeah.
You got the King of the Hill connection. I've always had a Longhorns affinity. So
Was it
seeing
them
them
that
ranked
Taker
number 4
started
this
going to
year
their
coming
games
in,
last year?
I believe so. That
Yeah,
that
where
that would
Taker
make
just
sense.
yeah, because one of the Texas teams last year,
I don't think it
Taker
was
showed
Texas
up.
Tech.
Yeah, because Taker showed up before the game and was like, "Go out there and make them rest in peace," and they fucking dominated the fucking team because when the Undertaker tells you to win a football game, you win that fucking football game.
Well, speaking of Undertaker, Omari, let's move into our third topic. Next week, the WWE is going to Berlin, Germany, and they're going to throw a pay-per-view together, the Bash in Berlin. And we're
Yes,
gonna run through the
sir.
matches real quick and talk about what we think about them. Uh, let's see here. Where to start? Where to start? Let's do Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk are running it
Ooh.
back for a rematch, and it's a strap match, Omari. We're going old school with this one. Leather belt, holding the two competitors together. They have to touch all four ring posts before the match is over. They're going
That one,
full old school with
yeah.
it.
You gotta touch all four. Do you win with the fourth touch? Or do
I
you
believe
then
so.
pin them? Okay. Had to touch all four. Yeah, I've seen a few of these over the years. I always forget that aspect of them, but it's usually reserved for things like this where these two motherfuckers hate each other and they just want to make sure you can't get out of a certain distance from me before I beat your ass some more. Get your ass back over here.
Yeah.
So I generally like this. These two, character wise, at least, really fucking hate each other, and it's been going on for months. Just reason as far as Punk is concerned. Hey, I'm back in WWE after 7 years, and you ripped my fucking triceps, you jackass. Drew McIntyre's like, you old. Anyway, you ruined my fucking championship, Chase. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that
Also
match.
says that it was he claims that Punk was a man he came to confide in as a young WWE fresh faced Drew McIntyre, and he doesn't go into details but says that um Punk knows what he did and he'll
Oh.
never forgive him for that kind of statements. Just bringing up again. This whole feud is engaging with the whole Punk is a cancer in the locker room thing.
Mm.
Um, this is the specialty of CM Punk, right? His feuds blur the lines between, is this real, or is this just really good
Yeah.
acting television?
Yeah.
Or
They've
do
had some
these
help. They've
motherfuckers
had
hate
some
each
help in
other?
selling the real aspect in recent years. But yes.
Yes. Yes, there have been
They've had
things that
some
have
help.
happened well, and yeah, they are playing with that for
But this is the
sure.
best way to recover from some kind of public backlash like that is to work
Mhm.
it into the story. It's like, okay, what is real in this?
And then there's the third option where this is all planned and coordinated, and they're all agreeing with whatever each other says about each other and all of that. But
Hmm.
also at the same time, they hate each other,
Oh
and
yeah.
things are mostly true. And
There's always option C that he was actually a jackass years ago when young Drew McIntyre came up to him.
yeah.
But they're cool now, so he won't put that on television.
All right, let's what was your prediction? Drew McIntyre got the first one in
I'm
SummerSlam.
thinking I'm
So
thinking
does
we
that mean it's got to be
go
Punk now?
I feel like we go Punk now and we get a rubber match because this feud is what it is. And the rubber match probably happens at Survivor Series. Like they may be distracted for a bit after this because it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
whatever, and then ramp it back up Survivor Series. One of these motherfuckers has got to go away, unless Hell in a Cell's before that, because I could see this going to one of those as well.
Yeah, it could go to a Hell in a Cell is interesting because yes, Bad Blood is before Survivor Series, which
Oh,
is
oh,
the
oh, bad blood. If anybody's got bad blood, whether or not it used to be Mad Love, it's these two.
I could see that happening, particularly if they stay clean in this match, in this strap match. I could also see it potentially being a first blood match at Bad Blood, not to hit it too on the nose, but I don't know. Like, Triple H seems to be a little bit of a traditionalist sometimes in his booking, and the traditional way to do a Hell in the Cell is because you can't stop outside interference,
True. No,
and that doesn't really exist in this feud.
that's
Um,
a good point. I was just thinking more just I want to beat the shit out of you.
right.
Because I've seen some other Hell in a Cell matches where
Like
that comes in as
now, if
well.
this strap match ends in some sort of escaping by Drew McIntyre, the heel in this scenario, or something like that, maybe we could lead to, no, you can't escape
Mm.
from a Hell in the Cell. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna also go with Punk on that one. Let's roll through to something that we have a little bit of stake in our fantasy league. Check out some episodes of Mock Draft on this network. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. The
God
Unholy
damn time.
Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Oh,
The
sweet.
the superpowers.
Points
Uh
either way.
Oh, that's right. You have the Unholy Union. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because they haven't done since they won the title.
Is it time for Bianca and Jade to take these titles back? Should they have ever lost them in the first place?
I don't feel they should have lost them in the first place. My question to you, because I'm a bit out of the loop with SmackDown, is there any tension between those two?
Zero riffs being played at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, they take the titles back. They take the titles back
Yeah.
because yeah, they shouldn't have lost them, but I feel like it was also one of a way because weren't they overseas at the time when they won the titles?
They were in Scotland, Alba and Isla's home country.
Yeah, it was a nice little pop. It also helped build the future type deal, unholy union. So
Yeah.
I think one in that regard, Bianca and Jade win it again. Now they're two-time tag team champions, and then they go stomping people for a couple of months again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I hope that's the case because then that'll also send one of your picks to obscurity.
Unless we come back for round three.
Nah,
make
there's way
make
too
them
many.
have to fight
There's
on
way too
TV.
many women's tag teams, Hunter. Pick somebody else.
Way too many women's tag teams. Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, no, they've been setting up a lot.
Oh, okay.
We've got Damage Control. We've got the new name of the Pure Fusion Collective, which is Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark.
Okay, that's what they're
Um,
called.
which
Okay.
I feel like that's who's being built as the big bads to Jade and Bianca's good guys. Um, but yeah, then you have Piper and Chelsea Green. Not to say that they're a dominating team. They're kind of there to usually. But they've been setting up quite a bit women's factions
Okay, well make
going on.
make make those women's factions fight what's their name so they can get their third match. That way
There's
they
still
yeah,
the
force
potential of
Unholy Union to have weekly matches to get back in the picture.
there's still the potential for maybe a Bailey and Naomi. A
Oh
lot of
God.
people are theorizing that.
Oh God.
Um,
Now that yeah. Sorry, other women tag teams. They would be immediately built up to go Naomi, Bailey, Bianca, Jade, Star Power.
Let's see here. Let's go to we were just doing tags. Let's stay in the tags. We have a mixed gender tag match in WWE, Omari. That does not happen that much anymore. Um, we have Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
Yes.
There's only one way this can end, right? And it's Dominic Mysterio taking a riptide from Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I don't see Dominic and Dom and Liv winning this one. And
Although
again,
I would
fantasy
like
points on the line with this one as well.
yes, we will. Yes, there's several points on the line there. I don't have Dominic, but everybody else is a drafty. Um I do all even though my points would benefit me would benefit me most. I do think although I think I'm right that this ends with Dominic taking a riptide,
You think he wins the match
I think
first?
it's after they officially win the match
Fair,
because I think that's the best way to keep this thing going, which you're going to want to keep this thing going.
fair,
I think Damian and Rhea losing here is better for eventually going back to the Rhea and Liv rematch singles match. I think it's better if Liv wins here. Um Same with Damian going against Finn Balor. I think I think ideally it would be better if he lost here. But well, I think this one could go either way and not really affect the story too much.
Yeah.
World Heavyweight Championship match, Amari. We are running it back from the King of the Ring finals. The World Heavyweight Champion, Gunta, is going to be facing a man who has won 14 world titles, but has not won a singles match on a pay-per-view for over 5 years.
Was he injured all five? How is that possible?
Or no, not 5 years, 4 years.
Whatever.
It was
This is St. Louis's own Randall Keith Orton.
yeah.
Like,
He's been taking a lot of pins for Roman Reigns, for
I didn't even
Logan
know.
Paul.
I didn't even know he fought Roman.
I think before he was injured.
Oh, okay.
He technically the bloodline
Who
is
gets
what
the
sent.
credit for injuring him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, the stat is there that he is on a losing streak of
Easy.
singles competition. Do you pin the Randall Keith Orton, St. Louis's own? Do you pin him again? Or do you give him that 15th world title?
So
Gunther.
I know I'm a big Gunter proponent. That man was him and Naya were MVPs of the first half of our fantasy part or first quarter. Um,
Just
that
won that
said,
fucking thing.
that
Known
said,
for long title reigns.
he is, but I think you and I both said he can't just go. We can't just go right into another year-long reign. We got too many of those going around these days. Um, and he needs his welcome to the big leagues moment, if you will. And I think this is when it happens because Randy is obviously known as the rival to Cena throughout their career. Cena's, I think, tied with Flair now at 16.
Correct.
So 14, Randy getting to 15 puts him even closer in that whole thing. And him still going, Randy, because he holds it for a few months. We go into the next year where a certain somebody is coming back for run number 17. And who's there waiting for him but that old rival, Randy Orton. So, yeah, Randy.
WrestleMania 41, John Cena versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title.
I can see it.
I could
John
see it.
Cena wins the Rumble to
I could
face
see it.
Randy.
Because honestly, because here's the big picture thing. Like, I like your thinking on that. I do. I really do. Because the long-term thinking on that, what you've already established that John Cena is going to be there, and it's going to be his very last WrestleMania. He has said that publicly. He is going to be retiring before the next WrestleMania comes around. So this will be his last WrestleMania. What what will two of your largest names, John Cena and Randy Orton, be doing at their final WrestleMania? If a lot of assumptions are that your WWE championship might be taken up in a Cody Rhodes The Rock situation or a Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns 3 situation. Um what will those two men doing? You're going to want them in a big spot. So
Uh,
yeah, that's I like that a lot. I think that's very interesting.
unless they just feed them both to Gunter to just be like, no, he is the future.
And then you have a third longtime rival who's sitting right there, shockingly back with the company.
Which one?
CM Punk.
Oh yeah,
You know,
CM Punk is
if
there
you don't
too.
have any direct plans, if he doesn't run this, it'd be hard to push this feud with Drew McIntyre all the way to WrestleMania. So if he doesn't hop back over to Seth Rollins,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind a three-way, a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title of John Cena, Randy Orton, and CM Punk in 2024. That seems pretty crazy.
yeah,
I like that thinking. And folks, that's going against his own interests.
yeah.
You just cut Gunther
I
out
still
of the
get I
world
get
title
I get
picture.
points when he loses,
Yes.
one. And two, if he has a back and forth with Randy for a couple months, like because he's gonna try to run it back.
Oh,
He's
but
going
also
to.
if you knock him down a peg
Oh,
out of
does
the
he go
title.
into like a losing streak? Is
Well,
what you're
no,
saying?
I'm thinking the opposite that he would then be consistently doing TV matches
Oh,
where he's
also
winning a
true.
lot in the
Yeah.
build up back.
Yeah, I'm like, I think he can beat people not named Randy Orton. Just, like I don't have worry about him in the long run. It's just like, hey, he may lose some points at this pay-per-view, but he's going to. He'll make up for it.
All right, Omari. The final match that we have listed so far with 1 week left, one Raw and one SmackDown left, could be more matches added, but the 5 match card is seems to be a staple of the Triple H era in WWE. The undisputed WWE Championship held by Cody Rhodes currently going against Kevin Owens. Currently, they're still playing a respect versus respect thing. The other night SmackDown, they heavily teased that it was a lot of like Kevin Owens like doing fast movements
Uh-huh.
and Cody being like, and Kevin being like, what? We're cool, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
like didn't he have the belt behind him and then he just walks up and gives it to him?
yeah. It's very teasing that he's going to hit him with the belt. You know, it doesn't happen. Um, what are you thinking here?
I think Cody wins again because the motherfucker has yet to be pinned in like any match that matters since being in WWE. So I think Cody wins again. But yeah, the whole I may be heel. No, I'm not. I'm cool. No, Kevin, this is Kevin Owens. One of the man's more famous moments is literally betraying a guy at the Festival of Friendship. You can't be friends with Kevin Owens. He
Yeah.
will backstab you.
Yeah, I feel there's something happening, like because they did a video Grayson Waller presented Cody Rhodes with a video package last night of all the Kevin Owens betrayals. Um and Kevin Owens came out and was like this like the thing about all of that is all of those guys deserve that. So you and I are fine, Cody. It's like and he Kevin Owens is great at what he does and he's delivering it really well and he's doing it subtly. It's not too on the nose, but like there's something there of like no they didn't like we just saw it. Like they included the original Sami Zayn one where you guys were best friends and he had just won the title. He didn't deserve that. He was just he was you just power bombed him and maybe the only one we can say that about is the Chris Jericho one. Maybe you can make an argument
Because
that
they were a
he
heel
deserved
tag
it.
team. Yeah, at least with the Jericho, they were a heel tag team.
Yeah,
So yeah, you can say Jericho deserved it, but Sammy, no. Almost every time he's betrayed Sammy, he's been the one doing it, except for this recent bloodline thing. And
yeah.
usually it's him turning heel in
The
the
in the
process.
video right before Kevin Owens comes out, in the second time he betrays Sammy during Sammy's conspiracy era thing, he's literally screaming at a Sami Zayn who's crying in the corner. Give me a match! Give me a match! like, I don't think those guys deserved it. So you're gonna do something. Um, Still doesn't mean that Cody Rhodes isn't gonna walk away with the world title. I think he's gonna continue his reign. But you also never know. I'm never gonna I think he's gonna hold it for a long time, but he also kind of feels like the guy who would give it to a deserving guy. And Kevin Owens might be one of those deserving guys to him. Uh,
Maybe. Pretty
but
sure he also had a moment recently about like I hate people that don't go into business for themselves or something like that. Always trying to be that guy at the
oh
top.
yeah, no, he hates any wrestler that says that they're here to help the young guys.
Oh yeah, here to help the young guys. He
Yeah,
hates that too.
because
Yeah.
but mostly like the full quote of that was like because he knows that the anytime you say that it means you mean the opposite kind of thing. But yeah, I Cody Rhodes leaves with this one. And that's going to wrap up the match card currently for Bash in Berlin. But I am currently excited about AEW All In, which is happening tomorrow. I didn't get to talk about it last week, but just wanted to say that I'm super excited about that show and looking forward to Brian Danielson winning.
There we go. He's gonna win if you think so. But I think it's still Swerve's house with 80,000 lodge.
Swerve, 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 swerve.
Bye bye, Brian.
Bye bye, Brian.
It's for his only because it's for his career. I like Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson, but yes.
Bye bye, Brian. That's it. That does it for us here on You Don't Watch Sports, where we cover three topics just to sprinkle that little information into your conversation. If you want to hear us have more conversations, we do it about movies, TV, any media that you can share between two friends. We do it over on This Guy Hasn't Seen, which is on Tuesdays. Omari is talking with a good friend of the show every week on Wednesdays called Whatever We Want with Super Jazz.
Super
And then we'll
Jazz.
also drop an occasional show on Monday with you for mocked draft, where we either do professional wrestling fantasy drafts or we just make up things to draft into different scenarios, like Looney Tunes characters, uh, opening up a French restaurant. Um, that'll do it for everything on You Don't Watch Sports. Omari, what do you got for him?
I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. Yes, sir. Got that. That's pretty much, yeah, we got
Have a good
everything
sports
covered.
week.
Adios.